Hello everyone. What I want to show you here in this screencast is the onboarding part of the unitalent platform. I have to say this is a beta version, so this is not the final product that you're seeing here, but nevertheless it is important because it gives you an understanding about the direction that we're headed at, and we have already introduced it to the community in Switzerland, and now I'm making a screencast to put it on the website and make it available to the community and our supporters and endorsers worldwide. What you're seeing here is the onboarding and login for the freelancers. So I could go and register myself by choosing different options and my first name and last name and birthday. Also reading the privacy policy, but as I've done all of this, I'm already a registered user. I'm going back to login and jot down my email address and say my password is this, and I choose login. Once I choose login, I will be getting a verification code on my mobile phone number. This is important because then I can really be identified. We have other options depending on the countries, but for Switzerland, where I am at the moment, the cell phone verification is a very good and valid option. So I go, my verification code I received is 363609, and I put verify. So once I'm logged in on unitalent, what I see is this screen. The screen in the top part, you see it starts with an assessment, qualification, education, projects, and documents, and I can end my onboarding on unitalent. It will take you approximately 10 minutes overall, depending on how good prepared you are and also whether you have the documents on hand or not, but it is more or less about this. So once you have jot down all your information, put it in the system, you end this onboarding. You will be entering next time when you log into unitalent. You won't see all of this. You will see your finalized profile, and you can start working with clients and finding matches. So let's start with the assessment here. We have on top of all the reviews and the hard factors, which is, for instance, your education or your project references, we have some soft factors like personality traits. It's a self-assessment. The values is again a self-assessment, or the values you would like to see in your teammates. This is important because we are going to ask the same questions also to clients. And once it comes to the matching, also these topics will be relevant. Um, the search algorithm is such that the one part is by category, and the other part is really by what you write about yourself, like the deep search and text and all the documents that you upload on Unitel. So as you see, I've already started doing this. I have a couple of personality traits, but to give you an idea about the modal screens here, you can go and choose what kind of a person you are, how you see yourself, what you would value, let's say efficiency, open-mindedness, innovation, I would value about myself, and what I would like to see in my teammates and peers are these five things. Once I've jotted down that, I can also write something about myself, presenting myself, like similar to when you want to present yourself in a job interview or in a freelance interview. Once I have everything in here, I can push forward. I will enter the second phase, and that's all about my qualification. My qualification is a lot about my work experience, the industries, and the main areas that I've been working in. Here again, I can choose an option from the drop-down menu, or if I don't find anything that matches my main industry, let's say chemical industry, I can just add it, industry, I can just add it and save it, and then the chemical industry will be added here. The same applies for my main areas. My main skills, in my case, it's decision making, leadership, and negotiation. What is interesting here, depending on where you are, it is where the readiness to work on assignments in the region, because I'm like logging in from a Swiss IP address. The system recognizes that and tells me, okay, you're in Switzerland, and where are you ready to work in Switzerland? Because I'm living, let's say, in Western Switzerland, I say Eastern, Western, Southern Switzerland. Those are the regions, but also where am I available or ready to travel for assignments. So maybe I add also Australia here and save it. So these are the matches that I will get, like inquiries coming from these countries will also match my profile. The availability for projects is an important issue, so I could say, okay, I'm available already in July this year. I'm going to save it. I can also say I'm available for more than 40%, but 80% because 20% of my time I'm working on other assignments. My highest education, my hourly rates, this is also an issue for your matching. So I have here 120 Swiss francs. I could go up to 130, for instance, and make it say it is euros. I'm going to save that. The same logic applies to my languages. Once I've filled in everything, so I'm 100% here, I can push forward. So the next part of your onboarding is your education. Here is an indication. Usually freelancer declares 3 to 5 educations. This is good to know in terms of the competition on unitalent because there are a lot of other freelancers here. The clients are choosing the best of the best. Therefore, you kind of want to have a more complete-ish profile. I've put down and jot down here a couple of my educations. I can give the name of primary education, where it was, when it started, and when it ended, right? I can give my field of study. You can choose again from a drop-down menu, my degree. What else I can do is here giving like a description, courses I took, major was this and this, whatever you want to write down. This is also important because all the matches that you find in the deep search will be also by searching your text that you put in, for instance, in your education. The comments I want to make is the same, like here, what I've written here. I can add documents, my certificates, and so on and so forth. I put here my diploma certificate, for instance. I can give it a name in anything. So here it's like really it's a diploma, and I can save this. If I want to go further, I can add any number of additional educations and certificates that I have acquired during my career. A step forward is the project. So project is a very important part because you can add your reference projects to your profile. So if you have any reference projects, I'm going to mine here, opening this. So I've been working with NZ Group. Let's correct this NZ Group. I was in a project called Change and Transition Management. It started in February 2013. It lasted for a couple of months until October. My project, my workload was, let's say, 40%, so 2 days a week. The industry was consulting, and again, my main area, main skill. What you can write down here, description and achievements. My description, I can go and say, okay, the problem, the approach, and the solution, and the outcome in my achievements. If I have any kind of credentials I want to add here, I can just open it and, for instance, attach my letter of recommendation. Here again, you can see that the recommendation is to add 3 reference projects. What you can also do here is to add a reference contact. So if you want to add a reference contact, you can here, I'm going back to this one. I say, okay, the job title of my reference contact was a managing director. It was an NZ Group. All the contact details, I can indicate here whether Unitalent is allowed to contact them or not. This is important. I would suggest that you say yes, because then your profile has a higher visibility. Here, if you have any comments, you can write, for instance, I've written here only after 6 p.m. available. Then I go a step forward. Once I'm in my documents part, this is really the last part of my onboarding. So the whole procedure took me around 10 minutes. I was pretty well prepared, so I have all my documents here, and I used my desktop. You can also do your onboarding partially on your mobile phone, on the application, or on the mobile responsive website. But it took me 10 minutes on my desktop. In terms of documents, the only mandatory file document is really my pic, or my profile pic. Without this, you cannot get through. This is important also for your visibility because your profile needs to have kind of a face. So your profile pic is mandatory. You add it here. The upload date is safe, and then you have it, right? What else you need or what else you want to add to your profile is really up to you. I have here an MBA certificate, for instance. I see I have a typo here, certificate. You can upload it and then save all the documents. So once you have done all of this, here I can confirm if I want to, for instance, delete that one. Once you have done all of this, you can end the onboarding procedure. As I said, this is really a beta version. This is not the final product, but it gives you a good understanding on how much time it takes and what kind of information you need to put in the system in terms of just to be searchable and to get good matches on Unitalent. So the next time I would log into Unitalent, I will see my profile clean and neat with my profile pic, and anything is at its place, and I'm ready to get new projects, to get amazing and exciting assignments and sign direct contracts with my clients.